Got this TurfPro professional push spreader. Put things in there like fertilizers, bug be gone type products, grass seeds. Got quite a few parts. Some instruction book. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Got the parts catalog. Finally, somebody ships the blister pack with the nuts already on there. Cool. The metal parts and the rubber or plastic parts. We're going to assemble the handles onto this middle bar. C5 and C6 onto C4. Notice C5, it bends inward. And when it's on the left side, but it's the right handle because you're going to be coming in this direction when you push. Get the bolts put in through this little gear contraption into the little angle brackets and through this to set a diagonal. Got that all tightened up. Next we're going to put on these little handles that attach to the bucket. It says keep them loose until later. I've got the bucket holders on. I have the C16 bracket on here. Make sure you put it on where this bar is closest to here. And this is going to come around, and this little is on the inside, attached to the inside here. It said leave it loose, so I have it loose. Use the H6 bolts and nuts. Okay, you see the brackets pointing down. You get this brace pointing upward. I've got an H6 bolt right here, a nut. This plastic sleeve, this opening points in the opposite of that bracket. It just clips over this bar. And then there's a little guide here to put the bolt through. Tighten it up. On this side I haven't fully tightened it. And then this one is the H6 bolt. It's shorter, goes through here. And on this side, the nuts aren't used for these yet. And then you have this bar, another this is actually a H16 bolt. This is a H16, they're shorter than the H6. And you have to make sure that this little groove, it opens up to the outside. What that means is when you're looking down at it, the bend goes to the outside, which means I put this one on backwards. I need to flip it around. Okay, we have this spreader that I attached to this rod with this little screw. There's a hole on each side of this, and there are two holes, so I don't know if that means it's adjustable yet or not. In any case, this rod came out of this little gearbox, and then I put this axle through here. There's a CCW letters here that has to be facing forward. Just slid this through, and then you have these plastic bushings that are going to go inside the hole here. So you see this impeller, this distributor is a CCW, and the little thing curves up and then curves back. Curves up, curves back, and there's a CCW right there. And on this axle, there's this hole that this is going to attach to, this gearbox. It's further to this side than that side, so that hole is not in the center. Looking at the unit, when you're pushing this the right side, but from the front's the left side, we're going to put an H5 bolt from the back through here and tighten it up with a nut on this side. Okay, we're going to put the wheels in the axle. Make sure in this plastic, the teeth part go in, and there's one has a longer protrusion, and that goes in this little slot over here. So I'm going to pull it out some and use the H5 bolt to go in here and lock this wheel onto the axle. It's connected, and the slot is in here. Make sure on this side you put the slot upward, push that through. And this wheel is only going to be held on with a cotter pin. It says to use washers as needed here if there's play, but I've got one on there. I can barely get it in there. I'm going to try to leave it on so that this pin isn't rubbing against this plastic. I couldn't get it on with one washer, so I just put the cotter pin in for now. I didn't put these handles on yet. They go up there And then these little caps go in the bottom here. I don't see where it said to put these on in the instruction. These bottom caps, you unscrew this, take that and whack it on. I use this little lineman cutters and then screw this back in. See right here? We'll tighten that up. And these just slide on, pop them on like handlebar grips. I'm going to put this bucket on. That middle hole is going to go right on top of this vertical axle. When you get this vertical shaft in here, you also want this adjustment system to be underneath this bar. And then you just line these tabs up, and then the bolt should go right down through there. The H6 bolts. Looks like I scratched it up. I'm going to have to touch that up with some black paint. Get the wheels on and went back and made sure everything was tight. With those 3 bolts in here going down. Everything looks like it's in the right direction. This is going over that vertical shaft with the curved blades facing upward. And it screws on. And we have a lock nut we'll put on there. So you have choice of 2 augers. This is for general use. And this one, you take this off and put this and this nut on here if you have stuff that clumps together. I'm not sure what kind of products that would be. Whoops, put that on wrong. These 2 are supposed to go in these 2 holes, and that's going to go on to the control down at the tub. So I have to take this out and put this bolt through this hole. Makes sense. That's going to go down here. I put this bar in and put this nut on. Then I had to go a little tighter because this adjusts and moves this. And then this little double 90-degree angle goes in here. On the other end, just 90 has to go in that little bracket, and then another cotter pin will go on top of it. And the cotter pin is in. Yeah, I actually made that cotter pin level because it was hitting the plastic part. These little screw-in feet, you can adjust them if this needs to be level. That's what they don't really add compression to keep the feet in there. It happened when you smack them, but just for leveling. Yeah, I'm making this up as I go here, of course, but you have to put both nuts on that were left over from earlier assembly, and we're going to adjust the hopper closure and then I think tighten these together. When you're adjusting this and you pull it back, push it, you want that to be closed. So watch. Open, closed. And so you want to make sure this nut is far enough to pull this back, this whole bracket back enough to keep it closed. I attached that extra hopper right here just so I have it handy. I did use a socket on a drill to get these things in a lot faster, especially the long ones. Now to adjust the spread, you have 2 gates here. Here's one, pushes in and pulls out. There's one on this side. If they're both out, you get a full spread. If the left side is closed, which is this guy, and this is open, you're going to get a left-sided spread. So full spread, left-sided spread. If the left gate is open, which is out, and this is pushed in, then you're going to get a right-sided spread. I may draw something on here, a marker to remember. And if they're both closed, it's going to go narrower in the front. Convenient. It is a big kahuna. I think it's assembled right. Those wheels are really nice. They push through everything. Inflatable. To check how much air they take. Max inflation 20 psi. It's a nice gear mechanism, and you can prohibit it from opening more by taking this and locking it. So now it can only open a little. Everything's really stable. Chapin 8930 3C. And note that the auger is made to go in forward motion. Excessive reverse motion could cause binding. If resistance is felt while pulling spreader backwards, stop and clear materials from auger. Go forward.